Hey guys, welcome to another three counts of Gino. This is going to be a special one. Oh, here comes Toddy. Come on, come on. You're stuck on the floor, charger. Come on, up. There she is, everybody. Especially for Mike, because we know Mike loves Doggy Toddy. This is a special one today. We're going to be doing a double prediction show for the World Collide AAA and NXT, and we're going to be doing the Money in the Bank preview predictions, whatever you want to call it. Both are interesting shows, and the funny thing is, it's an all-day wrestling show on Saturday. So we're gonna be watching a lot of wrestling on Saturday. Maybe not, as you guys can see, I'm in a different location today. There's Mama in the background. I was babysitting the niece and nephew today. So, and yeah, I got a little bit of a Triple H going on. I know there's a lot of people having Triple H public enemy number one right now. Um, guys, it does suck that our Truth and Carlito got fired. But first and foremost, we gotta remember this is a business. They have to make money and somehow save money, right? And our truth is making a lot of money to do nothing to make us laugh, unfortunately, at this point, and Carlito did nothing. And yes, I know Valhalla got fired too, but what the hell did Valhalla actually do? I'm gonna leave it at that. And I love our truth, and I'm gonna miss our truth, but in the long run, we all have to know it was time to say goodbye. But we got the John Cena R Truth final match, didn't we? All right, guys, let's kick it off here with Worlds Collide, which is gonna be YouTube only. The first match, as of Wikipedia has it right now, we have Legado de Fantasma, Santos Escobar, Angel Humberto versus Ojio de Wenger Jr., Dr. Wenger Jr., Panago, and Psycho Clown. Um, Legado is world class. Everyone that's seen them knows that. These three guys, Ojio de Dr. Wenger Jr., Panago, and Psycho Clown, I've seen a few bits and pieces of these guys all over the internet and over the YouTube and shit like that. This is going to be a banger of a six-man tag team match to start the show. WWE could go either way. I don't think WWE is going to do like what AEW did when they just pretty much had everybody from New Japan just lose and nobody from New Japan was allowed to win. Pretty much, if you guys do remember that, they had the United Empire come in, drop the tag team titles. Stephanie Van Kerr dropped her Japanese Strong title, and so on and so forth. I don't think anyone from Japan was allowed to win a match. I think WWE is going to do the exact opposite here, even though they did just recently have two guys from Impact Wrestling lose Impact Wrestling title matches um, to an NXT guy. Saying that, um, I think WWE sees huge things for the Legado de Fantasma, even though the rest of the wrestling world really doesn't at all. I think, don't get me wrong, talented dudes, not entertaining in the least bit. I mean, it worked in NXT, has not worked a single second in the main roster. I wouldn't be surprised if this is it for them and they're just like, oh, after this Worlds Collide, just to give them this one thing with a whole bunch of other Mexicans. I'm not trying to be racist. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just trying to think of a way to get around to pick a winner. But you know what? Due to the fact that Legato's been loyal soldiers for a long time and was off TV for a while, and now it's finally coming back. Um, and these three guys are relatively unknowns, but they're all three very, very good wrestlers. I think it's going to be an entertaining match for everyone who's going to sit down and enjoy it. It's going to be high paced, it's going to be fast, it's going to be flying everywhere. There's going to be a lot of crazy spots. Berto and Garza are a crazy tag team. And Santos Escobar is one of the best luchadors in the world, in my personal opinion. The other three guys on the other side, you can say all that about them as well. These are six very, very talented wrestlers that have all been in the business quite a long time. Um, it's coming to us from Los Angeles at the Intuit Dome, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Um, or this might be the arena in Mexico. Let me take a look. Yeah, it's gonna be the Kia Forum Tour in Los Angeles. Um, Yeah, we're gonna go with Legado the Fantasma to kick off the weekend with a win for WWE. Um, Following that match, we clearly know one where there's gonna be a team that's not gonna win. That'd be the women's match of not letting Stephanie Vanker and Lila Vice lose. I think next we have Ethan Page versus Javon Evans versus Laredo Kid versus Ray Phoenix. So we have two representatives from NXT, one representative from AAA, TNA, and SmackDown's Ray Phoenix. I think this is Ethan Page's very last match in NXT. He won everything but the tag team titles in NXT. Javon Evans has come close on several occasions to winning both the main title, and the North American title. Laredo Kid is incredibly fantastic. If you guys have not seen this dude, go check out TNA or AAA. And there's nothing more you can say about Ray Phoenix. Unfortunately, Ray Phoenix has eaten a few pins in the last little while. I don't think he's in here to eat the pin on this. I think Ethan Page is gonna try everything in his power to cheat under somehow, some way, some form. Um, um, I think Javon Evans is the odds-on favorite to win this match, but I also think Javon Evans can very easily go to the main roster. I think Ethan Page could very easily go to the main roster of this match and fit in as another member of Seth Rollins' group or feud with LA Knight on SmackDown. Ray Phoenix is already on SmackDown. So it'll be like having him go. This would be a downgrade for Ray Phoenix to go back down to NXT. So we know he's not winning the belt. The Laredo Kid is a AAA and TNA talented contracted wrestler. So he's not there to win the belt. He's probably there to take the pin. But we'll be seeing more of the Laredo Kid in WWE in the future. Mark my words on that. Um, as a matter of fact, we just saw the Laredo Kid on Tuesday on NXT. His team was with Javon Evans, and Ray Phoenix actually beat the Ethan Page team with swipe right. I'm not sure Ethan Page's team won due to cheating. My apologies, that is correct. Um, I think the thing that makes the most sense in this match is Javon Evans is going to win the belt from Ethan Page. Laredo Kid and Ray Phoenix are just going to be doing a lot of crazy shit in this match. There's going to be a lot of high flying, and then Ethan Page being that sick sadistic fuck that he is. I think be a very interesting match. Do not sleep on this match. Following that, we're gonna have a late minute replacement because Lindsay Dorado's been added to the Latino World Order for this match due to the fact that I believe it was I can't remember his name, but I think it was why is he oh yeah. Wait. Anyways, Lindsay Dorado is back. He's in the Latino World Order. Cruz uh Cruz del Toro, the other one. Walking Wild got hurt. I know dark match, that's what it was. Sorry guys, I was trying to think for a minute. I couldn't remember what the reason was. Walking Down Wild was actually injured on Raw in a dark match. Unfortunately, this close to the pay per view. Walking Wild done a lot of wrestling in AEW, AAA, and TNA. But we got the Latino World Orders, Dragon Lee, Cruz del Toro, and Lince Dorado versus Octagon Jr., um, Aerostar and Mr. Iguana. I think it's where Triple H can get their first win because everyone knows Latino World Order is just the Job Squad, pretty much. It's the Latino version of it. I don't think it's gonna be Dragon Lee or Lince Dorado will be taking the pin here. Unfortunately, Cruz del Toro and Walking Wild are usually the guys that always eat the pins. WWE really has to do something with Dragon Lee. I believe his contract is running out soon, and they thought they'd have the next Mexican star with him. They may have found it now with Ray Phoenix and his brother. Actually, shocking that Pentagon's not actually in this card. Really, 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 Pentagon's on this card, and neither's what's his name? Sorry, Alberto El Patron, but Alberto El Patron's in the ladder match. I was trying to Alberto El Patron. That guy's gone. Fuck him. I was thinking of Pentagon, my guys. Sorry. And Andrade, but they're both in the ladder match. Following that, we're actually gonna have the most obvious prediction and victory of the card. Stefan Kerr just dropped her NXT title. She's now headed to do double duty. There's actually two people doing double duty on this card. Stefan Kerr and Lola Vice. Lola Vice not doing double duty versus Chick Tormenta and Dalise. Good for both these girls are finally getting their recognition. Dalise is in her 50s and been doing this a long, long time. Chick Tormenta's in her 40s and also been doing this a long time. They actually were kind of mentors to Stephanie Baker back in AAA. Um, but yeah, there's no way that Stephanie Van Care and Lola Vice are gonna lose this match. I think Lola's gonna get her ass kicked most of the match. She's gonna hot tag into Stephanie. Stephanie's gonna do goofy, crazy things. They're going to get the Chick Tormenta and Dalise are gonna do some stuff to Stephanie, and then Stephanie's gonna get her SVB, and they are gonna win. Quick prediction there. And this is the one where I don't know. This is the main event. In my personal opinion, it's El Hijo excuse me, El Hijo del Vikingo versus Chad Gable, aka Luke. What's it called? El Grande Americano. And for those of you who've not seen Vikingo wrestle yet, you are in for a treat. This is a guy who made a few random appearances in AEW, and they just didn't bother to sign him for some god-forsaken reason. And Chad Gable is this generation's Kurt Angle. So I'm going to say this match is going to be absolutely fucking fantastic. This may be this generation's version of Red Eddie and Angle. Who knows? I'm stalling because I don't know who's going to win this match. It'd be kind of ironic and kind of WWE to let the guy who's an American win a Mexican title. I should say fitting, not ironic. A guy pretending to be a Mexican under a mask as a Grande Americano, winning a Mexican title, and the very first time that WWE and a Mexican company do business together. It would also be very not unsurprising if El Hijo de Vikingo retains his title since he just recently won it from Alberto El Patron, Alberto Dario, whatever the fuck you want to call this piece of shit human being. If you don't know anything about Alberto, look him up and you'll understand. There's a reason why he is no longer going to be associated with AAA or WWE. Um, yeah, that being said, there's two outcomes that you can have for this card here in this match. Um, if Chad Gable wins the AAA titles, that means he's losing the ladder match. But if he loses the AAA titles, that means he's going to win the ladder match. I'm okay with either scenario because Chad Gable is absolutely fucking fantastic. And anybody that doesn't think he is can. I guess the expression is eat a fat dick. Like that's the nicest way I could put it. Um, I'm just gonna pull up the Money in the Bank card as I make my decision here. Sorry guys, just pulling up the Money in the Bank card. I can pretty much show you it all off by heart. I just want to go through it. Um, it'd be so WWE if they did a double and Chad Gable won the AAA Mega title, and then I think El Grande Americano won the ladder match. And then it'd be freaking hilarious if Grande Americano challenged Chad Gable to the AAA title, would it not? That's how I would book it. Um, that also being said, there's people saying that WWE dropped the ball by having a Grande Americano wrestle and boots where you get to clearly see the name Gable on the boots. Here's my thing: I think they're just fucking with people, and now they're just because people think it's Chad Gable, even though it really is. Like fuck you, it's not Gable, but here's a hint to tell you it is Gable. Um, yeah, I'm really unsure on this match. He could go either way, especially after since I was convinced that Joe Henry was not dropping the TNA title to Trek. As convinced as I was that Stephanie Vancouver is not losing the NXT title to, well, a girl who, in my opinion, earned it. Anyone that doesn't think JCJ earned it, you're an idiot. Also, huge debut, like I said, if you don't see NXT, Maria May is now in NXT. The glamour is now glamorous in NXT. You know what? I'm gonna go with my gut on this one. Vinkingo El Hijo is going to retain his championship. Great match, probably maybe the match of the weekend. I would not be surprised. That or the women's tag team match, or even that fatal four-way. Don't be surprised if this card that nobody even heard of or thought about or even knows half these wrestlers steals the entire fucking weekend, maybe even the year. These are extremely, extremely, extremely talented men. A lot of them hungry to prove they actually have something and can actually do something because WWE doesn't really use a lot of these Latino people. But that is part one of this card here. Part one of this show here, and here comes part two. We're about to give predictions for 2025's Men and Women Money in the Bank pay-per-view. Also coming to us from Los Angeles, California. I believe from the exact same arena, just a few hours later in the evening. And don't forget, Money in the Bank is on Netflix, and Worlds Collide is going to be on the WWE YouTube channel. Yes, this is the exact same place, the Intuit Dome in Inglewood, California, for the Money in the Bank ladder match. And we definitely know that one of the Money in the Bank ladder matches is going to kick off the show. It's only a 4-card show, which is very good because it will not make for a long wrestling night like I thought it was going to. We get 8 matches in total between the two shows, which is fine by me. They may be longer matches, but I don't think it's going to be a longer show than we think. How's this for a shocker? 3 girls from NXT, every single girl that is on this Money in the Bank ladder match is an NXT graduate. People say NXT does not work. And everyone except for Penta is an NXT graduate in the men's match, but NXT does not work. And the 2 girls main eventing, in my opinion, co-main eventing, in my opinion, are NXT graduates. And 2 of the 4 people in the main event are FCW or NXT graduates. And the other one's a piece of shit in Cody Rhodes. Not bad for a product that people say is stale and doesn't do anything, right? But here we go. I think we may kick it off. My personal opinion, we're gonna go men's Money in the Bank ladder match first. We got Solo Sikoa versus LA Knight versus Penta versus Seth Rollins versus Andrade versus El Grande Americano. We can knock Solo Sikoa and Andrade right away out of people not winning this match. Unfortunately, I love Andrade. He is not going to ever get close to a WWE championship. I mean, I don't know why these fans don't care about him. But WWE is not done to put anything behind this dude. The guy's charismatic as fuck. You can tell he's suave. He can talk. His English isn't the greatest. Absolutely incredible in the ring. Better than 90% of the roster, in my personal opinion. But just former NXT champion. Had a great run with NXT for almost 5, 6, 7 years ago, maybe. And then WWE let him down, in my personal opinion. So the Sikoa Street King is the second person I do not think is going to win this match. He's got more likely of a chance than Andrade, solely to hold it in Jacob Fatu's face. But I'm going to rank them in order the people I think are going to win the Money in the Bank in the order of lowest chance to highest chance. Grande Americano, Penta, Zero Metal, LA Knight, Seth Rollins. I think Seth Rollins has the highest chance to win this match solely because of that new faction he has, and they're there to protect him. And I guarantee he becomes WWE champion sometime this year. He has won it in the past, and this group he has and him as champion would be freaking fantastic. And you can see all the ways he can kind of tease it to have these two guys here to protect him if his cash-ins don't go the way he wants. Um, LA Knight it's LA Knight. I think he has every opportunity in the world to win this match. I think he's absolutely earned it. I think he's absolutely deserved it. I would not be surprised or upset if he did. Penta will be WWE champion. I just don't know if it's now and if it's time, since he's not yet won the Intercontinental title. Which reminds me, there's one title defense on this entire weekend, and it's a women's title match. How fitting is that? Sorry, two. The other one is the Kingo. We have two sets of tag team titles. Neither one of them can make the pay-per-view. We have a United States Championship that cannot be make the pay-per-view. We have a men's Intercontinental Championship that cannot make the pay-per-view. Our two men's heavyweight champions are in a tag team match. I can kind of see why people are upset with Triple H booking, can't you? And also the stupid stipulations of this um women's Intercontinental Championship match, which I think we can all kind of predict what's going to happen anyways. It's the last chance for Becky Lynch to win the Intercontinental Championship while Lyra Valkyria is champion. If Lynch loses, she can no longer challenge the title as long as Lyra has the belt. If Lyra loses, she has to will raise Becky Lynch's hand, kind of like Becky Lynch did when she lost to Lyra in NXT. Lyra is 2-0 in the WWE versus Becky Lynch, and sometimes WWE does not like to give the other person their win. I'll talk about that when we get to that match. So for me, this Grande Americano would just be great. Just a funny way to have this match won, and then have them kind of tease it with Chad Gable carrying the briefcase, and kind of pretend to tease it and be like, "Oh yeah, I'm not Grande, I can't do it," and then have a Grande come in and just lose. And then Chad Gable blame Grande Americano for not having the WWE Championship. Like, um, I'm actually stumped on what they're going to do here, but I think I'm going to go with the smart choice. I think I'm going to go with my gut instinct. The crowd goes nuts if LA Knight wins and it's in LA. That makes sense. WWE doesn't always do things that make sense. I mean, Seth Rollins, after what he did last year at WrestleMania, 2 years ago WrestleMania, kind of deserves his flowers and kind of deserves this. Plus, he's won it twice before. I could see going to either LA Knight or Seth Rollins. Would not be shocked if they gave it to El Grande Americano or Penta. I don't think they're going to. I think they're probably still deciding themselves as we speak now. Or maybe they've made their mind up for months. Who knows? And we're all fucked. But to be honest with you guys, I think it's been Seth since put this group together. So I'm going to go Seth Rollins. And then we have, like I was saying, NXT call-ups or NXT graduates and alum. Every single woman in the ladder match is an NXT alum. But I think that's going to be the co-main event. Because I think following that, we're going to get Lyra and... No, that wouldn't work, would it? I think next we're going to get Cody and John Cena versus... John Cena and Logan Paul versus Cody and Jey Uso. Hell, for all I know, this may even kick off the show. The way let's go Wikipedia has it lined up, it's ladder match, tag match, and Lyra and Becky. Don't be shocked if Lyra and Becky close the show. Don't be shocked if the two men's matches are the first two matches. Don't be shocked if the two women's matches are the first two matches. Don't be shocked if we go women, men, or men, women, men, women. But I'm going to go with Cody and Uso versus Cena and Paul. I think this one might be more predictable than I think. I think at some point Logan Paul's going to turn on John Cena, or John Cena's going to turn on Logan Paul. I think Cody Rhodes is going to want to get his time to fresh, his revenge. I think Jey is going to be protected as all hell because eventually they're going to tease Jey versus John. Um, I think Logan Paul's here to eat the pin. Thank fuck. I just don't know if it's gonna be Jay or Cody that pins him. Jay's pinned for Logan Paul, but Jay Uso could also be here to eat the pin from John Cena, or John Cena could be here to eat the pin from Cody Rhodes to tease that they're gonna get back at each other for the title later on in the year. There's so many ways this could go. Logan Paul could pin Cody Rhodes. Logan Paul could pin Jey Uso and claim another title shot. I don't think we're gonna ever see that again. Um, I laid out six or seven different scenarios how it should happen. But if I'm gonna go with my gut, I think Cody Rhodes is gonna pin John Cena. It's gonna lead to them talking more and having a match down in the future. And Cody Rhodes being the man that beats John Cena and getting his belt back. Okay. Now we got Alexa Bliss versus Roxanne Perez versus Perez, not Perez. And fuck you to that person that made that website about Roxanne Perez and all the shit that's going on in her life. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to give it any more acknowledgement than that. People put every single wrestling fan into the same category as these fucking whack jobs. These aren't wrestling fans. Some of them are, but they're fucked up individuals, and we're leaving it at that. Um, versus Mammy, Rhea Ripley versus Julia versus Naomi versus Stephanie. I think everyone's thinking it's going to be simple, logical, easy. No surprise. Rhea Ripley. Give her back in the title picture, and the only way we can get her back in that title picture. I don't think, as LA Knight would like to say, I don't think it's as simple as you think. I can tell you right now, it's not going to be Alexa Bliss, and it's not going to be Roxanne Perez. Although I wouldn't be surprised if it's Roxanne Perez, solely to rub it in Judgment Day's face, so because of the way the breakups are going there. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Julia. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Stephanie Van Kier, since she's got that rocket ship strapped right to her, and she is an undeniable superstar. My gut and my heart wants it to be Naomi solely because this is her last year. She's pretty much said that. She wants to go have children with Jimmy. Um, um, I would not be shocked at all or in awe if it is Mammy. That'd be very, very predictable and very easy to call. I think that's why a lot of people have decided they're not watching this match because they think they already know the outcome. I don't think it is that decided as you guys think. I think Naomi absolutely deserves this because of the way she's put her heart and soul to this new psychotic character. And it could also lead to her holding this over both Bianca and Jade, and then having Bianca actually use true colors. Like I was watching another show, if you guys noticed, Bianca and Jade have not interacted, said anything, looked at each other, even talked to each other since the incident, and since Bianca came back. I mean, Jade came back. Jade stared at her like, "Do you know something?" I think Bianca might be involved in this. She may eventually help Naomi get the belt. I don't see it being Alexa. I can't see it being Alexa. I love Roxanne Perez. I would love it to be Roxanne since she's won everything else, but she's not done much of anything on the main roster but lose until she got to this match. And due to Lyra, she won. Um, Julia and Stephanie be fantastic, but I think they're still too new. And like I said, I think Naomi's worked her ass off and deserves this. So I'm gonna go with Naomi. And here's, I think, going to be what's the main event, and this is going to be absolutely fucking fantastic. And I can't see it being either way because their first two matches were incredible. Their last match pretty much made Lyra. If you guys have not seen it, go back and watch that main event solely to watch Lyra versus Becky. Absolutely incredible. It's about 15 minutes long, and if you haven't seen that, you can go back to the NXT match. It's only about 10 minutes long, and it is one of the best matches you'll ever see. These two girls are absolutely fantastic. Both have Finn Balor trained backgrounds, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Um, there's no chance Becky loses three in a row to Lyra. I think this is too predictable for me. I love Lyra, but I think it's time to maybe take that belt off of Lyra and give it to somebody who's actually going to do a little more, make Lyra be the chaser. It's more enjoyable. Hell, maybe even let Lyra even go after the main belt. I think she's evolved herself to that. She's been able to talk better. She's absolutely incredible in the ring. She's drop dead beat gorgeous. Um, but yes, I think Becky's won pretty much everything except for this. Maybe give her this over Bailey and have Bailey chase Becky so Bailey can get that one last thing she hasn't won yet. I could also see Becky winning very underhandedly and having Bailey come out at the end of the match and check on Lyra after Lyra's been cheated, and then Becky attack Bailey and lead to a match at SummerSlam. Um, yeah, those are my predictions, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below if you want, and this will be headed up to Instagram and YouTube in about 5 minutes. Enjoy the shows this weekend. It's gonna be a lot of wrestling. It's gonna be worth it because it's gonna be absolutely incredible. Oh, I almost forgot to mention one thing. A little bit of bittersweet news here for wrestling fans. Um, Kevin Owens recently noted as saying that he is having his neck surgery. He's unsure if he wants to know if he's gonna come back or not. He doesn't know if he wants to chance it. If this is the end, and people that talk shit about Kevin Owens, take a flying fuck off a broomstick, you morons. Kevin Owens, Kevin Steen is arguably one of the most incredible pro wrestlers that this generation and any generation has actually ever seen. Fantastic storyteller, absolutely incredible athletic man for what the size he is, and over the top hilarious and hysterics as well as that psychopathic. This dude can do everything. And for those people that hate him, like I said, take a flying leap off a broomstick, you dumb fucks. All right, well, that's my predictions for the show and a little bit of a tirade on the on the Roxanne Perez incident and people talking shit about Kevin Owens. Well, I'll talk to you guys after SmackDown this tomorrow, possibly, because it is Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Finals here in Canada, and hockey trumps everything up here. But we'll be able to talk to you this weekend after.